Alright, look who's back. It's Austin. He bought him an LS car. What is this, a 98?
98, yeah, first year.
Yeah. It's a untouched stock car. 193,000 miles on it. Had a little miss to it, and I guess he changed the MAF sensor.
It wasn't a miss, it just cut out.
Cut out it, yeah, light load is cutting out. It was the MAF sensor. And then he got an engine coat on the way over here, so we're going to scan that. But yeah, the only bad thing about it is the floorboard on the driver's side, I guess where the T-top flaked and the car sat a while, is severely rusted. So we're just going to try to weld some sheet metal in there. I mean, it's rusted in the back and the front.
Only this side though, as far as I know.
I thought my car was bad, but my car just has a little spot in the rear passenger side that I'm going to do. I'll probably just do it with a sheet piece of sheet metal. I might buy the actual one that goes through in there, I don't know. But we were looking online and we couldn't find any pieces that fit that whole thing.
Buy the whole daggone floor pan for like $500.
You know, they sell like half of one side and half the other side. Then they sell the whole thing. I figured
The whole thing's only like $500.
I guess this car ain't old enough to get the whole. I don't know. I couldn't find any for the whole half for this year car, but I don't know. We'll try to sheet metal. If that don't work, then we'll order the whole piece that goes in there. And he's going to turbo this thing.
It ain't going nowhere.
He gets rid of everything. We do something to him, and then he gets rid of them.
Well, listen, Stan.
He had that Mustang twice. First it was on motor, and then he got a supercharger, blower, whatever.
Hey, you never know, they still...
And then he got rid of it again after he got the blower on it. I'd have got bigger injectors for it and put it on E85 and turned the boost up on it on that one and kept that, but it had a payment on it too though, so he paid cash for this, so frees up a little bit of money to work on it. Then he had the truck, and we put the truck Norris cam in it, and then he traded that off for a Power Stroke. And then he sold the Power Stroke and bought this. So see if he'll keep this, and if he does, we'll get some videos of doing oh, and he had the 3rd gen Camaro too. All that in a year, he don't keep nothing. We'll see though. He said he's going to put a turbo on this and let it eat.
You gonna have forklifts?
So Austin welded that in there. He did a pretty good job, I think. Then on the bottom we can grind whatever was left on the bottom. We can grind that off and then get some seam sealer. But I mean, that'll work. It's just for now fix. I just got to do this back one. Maybe even a little piece there. And Brendan brought his car over. It's ready to go. Got some new tires for it. That's just a Vortec motor with a cam in it. I think they put, well, it's got flat top pistons in it. I think the motors came with those pistons. I'm not sure, but he's gonna work on that floorboard. I'm gonna button some more stuff up on the Trans Am. And then this car, I don't know, I'm gonna red Loctite those torque converter bolts. And then also the output shaft in this car, Turbo 400, came with a bolt-in yoke. So the slip yoke ain't supposed to fit over that. So I'm probably gonna have to get under there and drop the cross member, take the tail housing off the transmission, and grind that down. I don't know if I'll have to do that or not. I think maybe I'll just wait until I get the, well, I don't know. Strange Engineering says that it won't work with a bolt-on yoke output shaft unless modifications are made, which there is a rubber seal in there. I took the rubber seal out. But there's grooves that hold that rubber seal in there, and apparently those have to be ground down. And I should have did that while I had the transmission out, but Denny's Drive Shafts does make one. I don't know if they make a chromoly one, but they make one that'll slide over that part. Like the gears and the yoke are offset down inside the yoke itself. But I went ahead and ordered the drive shaft. I ordered a Strange Engineering 3-inch chromoly with the chromoly welded ends, etc. It was like $620 all said and done. So they only ship those on Friday, so maybe I'll have that next week. But yeah, I'll put it in and see if it goes all the way in. If it don't, then I'll make that modification. But yeah. So that's the output shaft for a bolt-in yoke. As you can see, it's got a bolt hole in it. Now, there's no ring that goes in one of these screws. I can't remember. I took it out. So I guess when the slip-on yokes come up, they hit right there. So I'm gonna measure this versus these two and this and see what the difference is. Well, I just took a grinder to it, grinded that out. It ain't pretty, but it works. All the way back to that ledge right there is 3 5/8 from the front, and that's as far as that that transmission yoke. I looked up the measurements online. That's as far as it goes in, so that's fine. I stuck a straight edge in the grooves of the splines there, and I slid it up, and it does hit right there. But like I said, that's 3 5/8 inches. And that's as far as that'll go up in there, so that should work. So hopefully this doesn't cause any balancing issues. I mean, if it does, I'll just take the transmission out, put the correct output shaft in it. But I've heard of people doing it like this before. Now, the best thing to do it is, if you're going to use one of these output shafts, is to put it on a lathe or something to grind that down. But I'm going to red Loctite. I'm going to take the torque converter bolts back off, and I'm going to red Loctite those. And I did get the drive shaft today, so I'm going to try to put that in tonight also. And then Austin is going to do a turbo on this car. So here's his packages of all the parts he's got. And I don't know if he's going to do a video on this. If he did, I've been working on my son's car's floor pans and the roll cage, so he's been working on this by himself with another person. So I'll just toss in some videos of what he's done so far. But he's took the heads off, put some LS1 lifters in, changing the head gaskets, doing some ARP head bolts, and yeah, I'm not exactly sure of the turbo that he's using. He got it off of a guy, but it's the turbo, the map sensor, and another computer, because I guess, I don't know a lot about LS cars, but apparently the 98 computer isn't boost friendly, I guess. But anyway, here's some videos of that. He also got a stand-up radiator that really helps with fitting everything in here.
Heads are off. Tomorrow we're going to work on putting lifters in and whatnot. And I guess Wednesday we're going to take it over to Williams and start on a turbo kit for it. But that's as far as we got. We just got the LS1 lifters in. We're going to put the head gasket on, set the heads on there, and then call it a night. Heads are on. I mean, they're on, but not on. Just got one bolt in it there, just to hold them on.
And we'll definitely get some more videos of that as it progresses. And I've been working on Chris's floor pans. I haven't really made any videos of that because I'll be honest with you, I suck at doing these. And I don't envy anybody that does this type of work. I love working on cars, but this isn't my cup of tea. I mean, welding, cutting, grinding, welding, cutting, grinding. Yeah, don't really care too much for it. And I'm short and fat, and climbing in and out of this car to weld, cut, and grind isn't easy for a short, fat guy. But here's just some pictures of that. And this is my terrible welding. What? I don't think it's too bad for, the first time ever doing this, but yeah, we'll get y'all some more videos of Austin's turbo build and the floor pans and the cage for the Trans Am. But yeah, making some progress. We're hoping to have the Trans Am done so we can go to. We're going to try a no prep race early April. If we can get it, we want to get the floor pans done. We want to get everything else done that needs done. The cage. We want to drop the tank and run some fuel lines. Already put the fuel cell on there and set the fuel cell system up for that. There's still some wiring we got to do for that. Then we got to get all the interior back in. We wanted to get a dyno session in. Then we wanted to go to a test and tune. But yeah, like and subscribe, and we'll get y'all some more videos. And y'all have a great day.